welcome to another episode of Nishane Connoisseur. My name is Jordan Omogbay, and on this episode, pretty easy episode, we'll be speaking about my recent pickups over the last couple of months, a couple on my trip to Japan, a couple when I got back here. This is a series that I look forward to continuing, just pickups of fragrances that I picked up, that I discovered, and ones that, I love for you to keep on your radar because, to be honest, man, everything I got on the list today, all bangers. Stay tuned and let's get into it. First on the list is a fragrance from a luggage brand. And to my shock, I was quite surprised about how good this fragrance is. This fragrance is none other than Tumi's Atlas. And what you get in here, you get a fragrance that is fresh, spicy, woody fragrance. It is one that really surprised me. The way they formulated it and constructed it, it's not synthetic smelling. It doesn't have that very screechy opening that fragrance of this style have. And to be honest, for a luggage brand, for them to come out with such a very well put together fragrance, I gotta give them kudos, man, because although it's not gonna smell like something you haven't smelled before or something that, is new, but for what they've done in here, this is pretty impressive. And for the price of what you can get it online at discounters, I think this is worth every penny in my personal opinion. This falls into the category of the Swiss Army knife of fragrances. And this kind of, reminds me of the Bleu de Chanel style, although it has the notes of cardamom, so it kind of does its own thing, which kind of makes it a little bit spicy in the mid-tones, in the mid-notes. But that being said, man, this is a very well put together fragrance. I love the construction of the bottle and how the top locks in place and doesn't come off. I tend to travel with my bottles on the road, and this just doesn't come off once it's locked in place. Similar like the luggage, man. So I love the thought and creativity that went into designing the bottle itself. And tip my hat off to Tumi because they've done an exceptional job with this fragrance. Get your nose on this. This is Tumi's Atlas. Next on the list, this is a I can't, it's from the same house actually. I'm not even gonna go further. This is this is Tumi's Kinetic. And just like the prior fragrance, man, this thing is a banger in my personal opinion, man. This is a warm, spicy, fresh fragrance. Oh my goodness. It has the notes of, it has some citruses in there. I think some amberwood in the top. It has, I think it has sandalwood. It has immortelle, olibanum. And boy, oh boy, man, this thing, if you smell it, like I said about the prior fragrance, this also has the essence of designer fragrances when you smell it. But it also does its own thing, which is why I like it, because this is freaking amazing, man. This joint, it is really good. Like, I wore this bad boy so much in Japan, and I got so many compliments of this fragrance, man. Oh my goodness. It's just such an easy to wear fragrance. It's a Swiss Army knife. It's not one that you wear and you have to worry about people not liking it, and it's really good, man. Like, I can't admit, like, it is really good. And just like the prior fragrance, I just love the way they designed their caps and the thought that has gone into the creation of the bottle itself. Because, at the end of the day, Tumi is known for the luggages, not for their fragrances, but I think they've kind of planted their foot in the ground with this fragrances, man, because whoever came up with this idea in the creative room, kudos to you, man, because you guys knocked it out of the park. This is a phenomenal fragrance, and for the price I got it on discounters, this is an easy buy. As you can tell, I have worn the heck out of this fragrance. Look at that right there. Yeah, I've worn the heck out of it. So in my personal opinion, man, this is a fragrance that I think it would be worth it to add to your collection. I love it, I enjoy it, and I think you would too. Get your nose in this. This is Tumi's Kinetic. Next on the list, this fragrance I'm a fan of the house, but this one kind of caught my nose off guard because I am not a huge wearer of oud. Like I'm not a fan of oud, heavy oud fragrances, but for some weird reason, there's a sophistication that Guerlain has had to accomplish in this fragrance. And boy, oh boy, this thing is sophisticated, it is opulent, it is probably one of the most sophisticated fragrances that I own in my entire collection. And I own a ton of fragrances, but this one just bolds, like it's bold, it's fresh, it's unique, it's sweet, it's nutty. Like this is perfumery at its finest. This is none other than Oud Nude by Guerlain. As you can tell, that is how much I've used so far, and I picked this up in January. This fragrance here, what you get here is a fragrance that is a oud roseberry fragrance. What they've done is they've added the notes of raspberry and as well as what's the other note in there? Almonds. And what that's done is like it has taken this typical rose oud style fragrance and has made it a lot sweeter and very easy to wear. And I don't know whether it's the specific kind of oud that Guerlain chose to use in this iteration of this fragrance, but boy oh boy, they have done such a phenomenal job. And this is a fragrance that I don't see many people speaking about. Man, I have worn this a lot, and every time I wear this fragrance, everybody stops me in the chest and asks me, what the heck are you wearing? It's to the point where I've almost had to kind of keep this fragrance. But like you guys all know, I am a cheerful giver, and I love to share fragrances that, gets the compliments and gets the heads turning. And this happens to be falling into the category. And to be honest, as someone who's not a fan of oud at all, this has won me over. Get your nose on this. This is none other than Guerlain's Oud Nude. Boy, it's just good. Like, it's really good. It's good. It's just good. It's just good. Next on the list is a fragrance that I happened to pick up last year while I was in Vegas, and I got to wear it on my trip to Japan, and oh my goodness, the opening of this fragrance just blew me away. This fragrance is simple, but yet complex, easy to wear, very unisex, and it garners a ton of compliments. The fragrance I'm speaking of is none other than Hermes Eau de Rhubarbe. And what you get in here is you get this very jammy, sweet, fresh, musky style of fragrance, right? And it wears light, it's not too heavy. But man, it has, to my taste, it has a ton of sillage. Like this thing, it's so freaking phenomenal. Like I've worn this quite a bit, and especially for the weather we're currently in, this is a no-brainer. Like this is an easy wear. It works in the summer as well. This is one that I've been gatekeeping, but I think that I'm going to be wearing this a ton this year. I think this is out of the Guerlain's Cologne collection. Not a lot of stores carry this particular style of Hermes fragrances, but it is just that good, man. I have enjoyed every aspect of wearing this thing, man. And I haven't worn it a lot, but I am looking forward to wearing this bad boy this summer. And to be honest, this is going to be part of the fragrances that I wear this summer because I just believe it is just that good. I have enjoyed it thoroughly, and I think you guys should do yourself a favor and get your nose on this. This is Eau de Rhubarbe I don't know how to say that, but Eau de Rhubarbe from Hermes. It's really good. It's really, really good. I don't know what to tell you. I do not know what to tell you. Next on the list is a fragrance that took the DNA of another fragrance and made it into their own, and made it more powerful and made it a little slightly more greener. The fragrance I am speaking about is none other than Simone Andreoli's Malibu Party in the Bay. And what you get in this fragrance, it's quite similar to Virgin Island Water from Creed. You get the notes of lime, coconut nectar, rum. I think it might have some sandalwood in there. But it also has some green notes in there, which kind of take this in a slightly greener path. But this has been such an enjoyable wear. Very in comparison to wearing Virgin Island Water. If you want something, if you think Virgin Island Water is just too rummy for you, or coconutty, the green notes that have been added to this fragrance takes it in a slightly different direction, and then I think this fragrance is for you. And I have enjoyed the heck out of this bad boy. I wore this thing to an event last week, and I only sprayed on it twice. One before I caught the flight in the morning because I flew to LA. One just to refresh when I got there, and I had it on my skin, no lie, until the next morning when I got back home, back here in Florida. And this thing lasted on my skin. I could still smell it, even though it was slightly faint, but it was still there. They put their back in this fragrance, dog. That they did. And for this weather we're going into, the spring that we're currently in, about to head into summer in a couple of months, this is a no-brainer. If you love Virgin Island Water, you're going to love this. I promise you. Get to know some this. This is Malibu Party in the Bay. It's so good. It's so good. Next on the list is a fragrance that I discovered on my trip to Japan. I was quite intrigued by this fragrance that it was so simple in how it smelled, but it was also very intriguing and enticing. The fragrance I'm speaking of today is none other than Zeste de Gingembre from the house of James Heely. And what you get in here, you get a fragrance that has citruses, ginger, cardamom, and pink pepper. And boy, oh boy, this is such an amazing fragrance. It's very uplifting. It's very fresh. It kind of has this fougerish aftershave smell in the background, but not too overpowering. I think I like to akin this to a fresher fougere style of fragrance. Although it doesn't have the notes that are typical of fougere, but it does carry that DNA in the background. And for what it's worth, man, I'm going to be wearing this fragrance a ton this summer. This is definitely a white t-shirt style of fragrance. It's very easy to wear, not offensive. As you can tell by the dent that I've put in this bad boy, if it zooms in, I have used this thing quite a bit. I wear quite a lot in Japan and it stays. And surprisingly, it worked well during the cold because when I was in Japan, it was quite cold and it worked very, very well to my surprise. So I would suggest you guys getting those in this. I don't think anybody has spoken about this fragrance. I think I'm the first person on here to speak about this fragrance. It is freaking phenomenal. Easy to wear, slightly playful, but still mature. Get your nose in this. This is Zeste de Gingembre from James Heely. Next on the list is a fragrance that I happened to purchase once I got back from Japan. And I am utterly disappointed that Nishane themselves haven't done a great job of advertising this fragrance because I think this fragrance is that good. The fragrance I'm speaking of is none other than Nishane's Deziro. And what you get in here is a fragrance that is quite similar to Bleu de Chanel, but does its own thing that goes in a completely different direction. It is fresh, it is slightly spicy, but also it is very warm and aquatic at the same time. And boy, oh boy, the tons of compliments I have received from this thing, and just the projection and sillage. This thing is a phenomenal fragrance, to say the least, right? And I'm quite disappointed that Nishane hasn't done their job in marketing this fragrance as they should, because I think this fragrance should be part of one of their main staples of the fragrances they have, because this is really, really good. This is a great offering from them, and I just wish that more steam was put behind it, because I think it is really good. I have thoroughly enjoyed this fragrance. I have worn it a lot, as you can tell by the dent in the bottle. Yeah, there you go. It's one of those fragrances that I have really, really enjoyed, and I love it, and I continue to wear it. And it's one that I think that you guys are gonna love. So make sure you get your nose on this. This is Nishane Deziro. And that is all, folks. Just want to say thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Giant Connoisseur. I've enjoyed you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Catch you guys next week. Giant Connoisseur out.